El Clásico.
Gol español de este Fútbol Club Barcelona Real Madrid.
Maybe the biggest rivalry in football history. Every time Barcelona and Real Madrid step onto the pitch, the world stops to watch. Doesn't matter the era. Whether it's Barca smashing Madrid 5-1 in Alfredo Di Stefano's first Clásico back in the 50s, or Madrid destroying Barca 4-0 in the 2023 Copa del Rey, with Benzema putting on a masterclass and scoring a hat-trick. These two clubs hate each other. In these games, you'll see a fullback kicking an opposing striker in the ribs, a centre-back stomping on the playmaker's hand, and red cards? That's just another day at the office. Because this isn't just a football match, it's El Clásico. Barcelona stands for Catalonia, pride, independence, and resistance. Real Madrid represents the Spanish capital, power, dominance, and authority. Now here's the thing. If you're a player for one of these clubs, you can have a bad game. You might even score an own goal in a Clásico. Fans might forgive you. But there's one rule, one line you never cross, especially if you're the captain, especially if you're the biggest star in the team. You don't switch sides ever. But one Portuguese genius decided that rule didn't apply to him, and when he came back to his old stadium, let's just say he wasn't exactly welcomed with open arms. And that, my friends, is the story we're telling today. So hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of this. Luis Figo wasn't just good, he was one of the best players of the 1990s. After leaving Portugal, he landed at Barcelona in 1995, and that's where he became a global superstar. He had it all: pace, dribbling, a laser of a shot. Figo was a complete player. With him on the wing, Barca won back-to-back La Liga titles, the Copa del Rey in 1998, 2 UEFA Cup Winners' Cups, and a UEFA Super Cup. The fans adored him. And despite being a foreigner, and never having come through La Masia, Figo became one of the team's captains. That says everything about how much they loved him. By 2000, he was wearing the armband in El Clásico, leading Barcelona to another win over Real Madrid. The crowd was in heaven. But what they didn't know was that this was Figo's last Clásico in a Barca shirt. Back then, Barcelona was a mess off the pitch. The club president was hanging by a thread, and tensions were rising behind the scenes. In the middle of all this chaos, Figo became the center of a plot, hatched in Madrid, and led by a man I'd argue is the greatest club president of all time, Florentino Perez. But that's a story for another day. Here's the short version. Florentino Perez wasn't Real Madrid's president yet. But during his campaign, Figo's agent signed a pre-contract with Perez. The deal? If Perez, then 53 years old, won the election, Figo would join Real Madrid. If not, he will pay a fine of 30 million euros. At the time, no one thought Perez would win. Figo's agent saw it as a low-risk move to pressure Barca into offering a better contract. But Perez, he played it like a genius. He won the election. Barcelona didn't meet Figo's demands, and neither Figo nor his agent had $30 million lying around to break the agreement. So just like that, Luis Figo became a Real Madrid player. Madrid paid his release clause in full, 62 million euros, a record at the time. But Barca fans didn't care about the numbers. They didn't care about contracts. They didn't care if Figo had been tricked. To them, he was a traitor, a backstabber, a disgrace. Walls were tagged with his name. His jerseys were burned. The next morning, the headlines all screamed the same word: Judas. Barca legend Hristo Stoichkov even said, "If I ever see him wearing a Barcelona shirt again, I'll cut his ears off." If you're too young to remember Figo at Barcelona, imagine Messi in 2012 leaving Barca to join Real Madrid. That's how deep this cut. And to twist the knife even further, Figo won the Ballon d'Or at Madrid for performances he had delivered at Barcelona. Then came the return. And Camp Nou was waiting. Not to cheer, not to boo, but to destroy him. The city was plastered with posters calling him a traitor. His face was drawn and defaced everywhere. This wasn't a football match, it was a public execution. And Figo? He had no choice but to walk into the lion's den, just like the prophet Daniel. According to his teammates, Figo wasn't himself that week, quieter than usual, colder, and who could blame him? October 21st, 2000. Camp Nou was packed with over 100,000 people. The stands were dripping with banners. Judas, traitor, mercenary, and all of it aimed at one man. The noise was unbearable. Figo literally had to cover his ears. He looked stunned, completely shaken by the rage coming from fans who once worshipped him. Now imagine this. You touch the ball, and 100,000 people scream like they want to kill you. Every sprint, every pass, every glance, met with pure hatred. But he was still the best player in the world, so he did what he knew best. Tried to play, tried to dribble, tried to create, but Barca fans didn't care. They hurled everything they had at him. Rocks, bottles, lighters, even cell phones. Yeah, cell phones. The match ended 2-0 for Barcelona. Afterwards, Florentino Perez blamed the crowd. The atmosphere ruined the game, and you might think that would have been the worst of it. I'm 22. I never saw Figo at Barcelona, so I figured after that first match the fans got it out of their system. I was dead wrong, because the second time Figo came back to Camp Nou, things got even worse. November 2002, same stage, same booze, but this time it was raining. Barca fans came more prepared than ever, and they didn't let up for a second. In the first encounter, Figo couldn't even take a corner. Objects were flying from the stands non-stop. But this time he said screw it, took every corner, kept playing, kept creating chances. At one point he even picked up a yellow card, and some say that challenge could have easily been a red. Every touch he took was met with rage. More screams, more projectiles. The situation got so out of hand that even Barcelona legend Carles Puyol had to walk over and beg the fans to stop. But not even Puyol's word could calm them. Eventually the cameras cut to Florentino Perez in the stands, cigarette in mouth, cool as ever, watching the chaos unfold like it was a theater play. Then the game had to be stopped. Players were sent off the field. The match was suspended for 16 minutes, and when the cameras turned back to the pitch, there it was. Bottles, stones, lighters, and a pig's head. Yeah, someone threw a severed pig's head at Luis Figo. To this day, no one knows how it even got into the stadium. The match ended 0-0, a score that felt fitting for a night hijacked by fury, but the damage had been done. This wasn't just about a game anymore, this was war. After those two matches, the idea of crossing from Barca to Madrid became unthinkable. No player wanted to go through what Figo went through, and no club president wanted to be the man behind such betrayal again. To this day, Figo remains the only elite player to make a direct transfer from Barcelona to Real Madrid. And while he became a villain in Catalonia, he won everything in Madrid: 2 La Ligas, a Champions League, a UEFA Super Cup, an Intercontinental Cup, 2 Spanish Super Cups. Meanwhile, Barcelona didn't win a single trophy for the next 5 years.